Hello fellow mystics, welcome back to my channel, Diaries of a Lunar Soul. It's been so long since my last reading, so happy new year guys. I've been on a short break, on some holiday of some sort, just working on myself because I also need to raise my own vibration. And I've also been finishing my PhD, which is done. I'm finally complete with my PhD thesis. Anyway, so I'm still on a break, yeah? But then in the past 1 week, my guides have been really sending me clues and hints that the divine masculine energy within us is going through a sort of confusing time, and that confusion is sort of affecting the feminine energy because both of them are very much interconnected right now. So whatever the masculine is doing, or whatever's happening in the masculine's life, let's say if you're looking at this from a perspective of a different person, is also happening to a feminine in their life. So I'm picking up twin flame energy in this reading, and I'm thinking before I even channel the messages from the cards, because this is now a reading about messages from the divine masculine and from the divine masculine's spirit guides, like a guidance message of how the divine masculine can navigate through this time. But before that, I figured, since it's been so long since I told you guys stories, I think I want to talk about the download that came through that made me sort of come out of my holiday period and want to make a reading. So those downloads are in 2 parts. And yeah, so I'll talk about those downloads right now, okay? So I have a feeling this is going to be a long reading, but it's okay. I have time now. I have all the time in the world. So, oh, by the way, guys, if you can hear some whoosh, windy sounds, it's really, really windy here where I am. So just try and ignore the sounds. I'll listen to this recording after I finish recording. And if the sounds are too loud, if the background sounds are too loud, I'll put in some background music, because I have a feeling that the masculine is in need of listening to some music, just background music, okay? Wouldn't be so distracting. Like I used to do in my very, very fast readings. I used to add some background music into the reading. Anyway, so I'm rambling. Guys, it's been a while, so I haven't done this for a very long time, and I'm just getting back into the groove of things. So the download came in 2 parts and in 2 days. So the first night, the download that I got from my guides was, they showed me the feminine was with the masculine, a feminine energy with a masculine energy. And they were sort of walking, and then out of the blue, some girl just passed by, and the feminine noticed that the masculine noticed that other girl and sort of liked that girl. So then the feminine told the masculine, okay, fine, if you like that girl, just go for her. It's okay, go for her. I won't try and control you or try and tell you no, you're mine and everything like that. Just go for her. And from the way the download went, the masculine actually did go for that girl. The details are not that much in the download, but I know, I had a feeling that the masculine eventually decided to choose that other girl instead of the feminine. So in that same download, the next scene was my guides showed me the feminine was a scout. Were you guys scouts? Like, you know those things we used to do in primary school? Yeah, scouts. Yeah. Anyway, so there were scouts, and they had just graduated. They had just graduated to a higher level, like they were more important. Not more important, but they had graduated. So let's say if they were in class 8, they were now in class 9, you know? So they had graduated, and now they were getting ready to take photos of themselves because it's a happy moment. It's sort of like a graduation, you know, but of being scouts, leaders. And to me, I'm thinking scouts here is leaders. So they had graduated, and so they were taking photos. But as they were taking photos, when they were aligning themselves, the feminine kept on sliding down. So they couldn't take a photo because every time they stand to take a photo, the feminine slides down. Interesting, right? So the feminine was getting a little bit frustrated, and at some point she thought, okay, fine, since I'm sliding down, why don't I, they were like they were standing in 2 rows. So there's a front row of people and then the back row of people. So the feminine was initially standing at the front row and she was sliding down. So she thought, okay, fine, since I keep sliding, why don't I go to the behind line, so that if I slide, I sort of bump into the person in front of me, like the person in front of me will be a buffer, okay? But then the feminine sort of had this contemplative feeling and was like, but if I go behind, then people will not see me, like they will just see my face, they will not see my entire body. So she sort of felt like if she goes behind, she won't be showing her true self to the people. So she was like, you know what, I think I just need to change my shoes. So because I think maybe she was wearing uncomfortable shoes and that's why she kept on sliding. So the next scene was the feminine rummaging through her bag and looking for slippers, like flat shoes, comfortable shoes. And as she was looking for those slippers in her bag, her old school, a childhood friend just appeared in the download and was like telling the feminine, I'm so happy for you, your life is going on really, really well. But then the feminine was like, my life is going on really, really well, and yet my ex, because she's now talking about the divine masculine, my ex keeps becoming my ex because he keeps choosing another person. That was a very interesting line, because that line made me wake up. And sometimes my guides do that because they want me to remember, because if they let me continue sleeping, I'll probably forget the download. So I woke up at that moment when the feminine was like, my ex becomes my ex because it's always my ex because he keeps choosing someone else. And at this point she's talking about the divine masculine. So anyway, so the feminine was like, she's doing her own thing, and this really didn't like affect her that much. Yes, she was feeling bad that the masculine chose another girl over her, but she was not really feeling bad. Like the feminine at this point is sort of in her power, and she's feeling like empowering herself. That's why she told the masculine, I'm not going to force you to be with me, you choose yourself, you choose what you want. I choose me and I choose my happiness. So I'm going to do my own thing, you do you. If you don't want to be with me, it's fine, but I'm going to empower myself. That's sort of the energy the feminine was in. And the download ended there. So before I move on to the part 2, let me paint another context. So what I'm thinking the first download was, that's what I just said, that the masculine's actions in this download, the masculine chose another woman instead of the feminine, right? So the masculine's actions are causing the feminine to sort of doubt, not doubt, like have slight issues with her self-confidence, and that's why she's not grounded, like she's emotionally unstable. And that's why when she tried to take a photo of her, when she was trying to take a photo, she kept on sliding out of the frame. Yeah, like the feminine wants to empower herself, but she can't, because the masculine's energy is affecting her emotionally and she doesn't know it. So you remember I said by saying that the feminine was feeling like she's good on her own, she can do this on her own. But gosh, it's so windy, guys. Anyway, but the message I'm getting here is, as much as the feminine wants to empower herself, what she doesn't understand is she's more powerful with the masculine. The feminine, I've said this several times in my other readings, the feminine is very powerful on her own, yeah, and she can accomplish anything. But when she's intertwined with the masculine energy, when the yin and yang energies are working together and in harmony, they are so powerful together. So, and that's sort of the message coming through here, that because the feminine is not working with the masculine, of course it's not her fault. It's the masculine keeps on choosing someone else, yeah, or something else instead of the feminine. It's affecting the feminine emotionally because they're very intertwined. The yin and yang need to be in harmony, okay, for things to flow more smoothly, for them to be more grounded. But because they're not in harmony, she keeps on sliding. As much as she wants to empower herself, the masculine's absence in her life is not making her journey to empowerment easy, okay? Like it's a bit harder, like the hill is steeper. Like if she was with the masculine, should be even if they're on an uphill battle, like it would be easier with the masculine, okay? So that's the message coming through, that the masculine's actions are affecting the feminine's empowerment. The feminine wants to grow herself. The feminine wants to graduate, yeah, and be a better version of herself. But as much as she wants this, because this is twin flame energy, and I've said so many times that I'm going to do a twin flame energy reading, but I haven't yet, but I will. Because the twin flames, the actions of the masculine, the yang energy, really affect the feminine energy. Okay, so if the masculine empowers himself, naturally the feminine will empower herself. Like, that's how they help heal each other. Okay, and of course we always have free will, but there's some things that are predetermined. Like the connection between the twin flames is very much is a very real thing. So I'll talk about it later. So anyway, that download here, that first part of the download was my guides trying to show me that if you're a feminine and you're watching this reading, and for some reason you've been feeling a little bit emotionally unstable, and you don't know why you're feeling emotionally unstable, like you've been good, yeah, and then all of a sudden you just start feeling emotionally unstable. The reason you're feeling like that is because your masculine actions are affecting you. I don't want to say wrong decisions, but he's choosing things which are not in line with what he needs to be choosing at this moment. Okay, so not necessarily wrong decisions, he's just choosing other things which is not supposed to choose at this moment. Okay, and because of that, it's affecting you and your growth, because for you to grow faster, you need to be in union with your masculine and feminine energies. So if you're also watching this from the perspective of your inner masculine and feminine energies, look at an area in your life where you keep taking action towards things which are not in line with what you want to do, because that's the yang energy taking action. Okay, and because of that, you start feeling emotionally drained, because you're putting your energy in things that don't need your energy at this moment. Okay, you're placing your focus in things that don't need your focus. You're putting your attention in unnecessary things for now. So just think of it like that. So the masculine is actions and choosing other things that are not in alignment with who he really is right now are affecting the feminine. Okay, so at first when I got that download, I was like, what does this download mean? Like, is this to do with the feminine or is this to do with the masculine? So I was pretty confused as to, do I do a reading for guidance message for the feminine or guidance message for the masculine? So because I didn't know whether the download was about the feminine or the masculine, I just thought, I'm not gonna proceed until I know more. So then the next part of the download came the next night, which I'm calling part 2. So guys, if you're still around, yes, I'm still telling a story about the download. It's going into 12 minutes, 13 minutes. Anyway, it's okay. So the next night, my guides showed me this download, and this second download is what made me realize that the whole reading, these two downloads meant was that the masculine is the one who needs to ground himself. Anyway, so I'm jumping ahead. So the second part, my guides showed me the masculine with his original family. And when I say original family, I mean father and mother and siblings, yeah, not wife or kids, just father, mother and siblings. So they showed me the masculine, and the masculine was shopping, was like in a shopping center. Funny enough, they also showed me another scene, and the feminine was also in that same shopping mall, shopping for something. For the feminine, let me start with the feminine. So the feminine was shopping for a sweatshirt, and that sweatshirt was like $3,000, and I'm being very specific because that's the amount my guides told me in that download. That I'll get to why I'm being specific. That sweatshirt was 3,000 shillings. So the feminines were trying out a sweatshirt, but at the same time they're also being interviewed by I think someone in the shopping mall about their customer experience. So the feminines were complaining that this sweatshirt is so expensive, it's $3,000, but then when my masculine, because they were sort of buying that sweatshirt for their masculine, for the man in their life, the masculine energy in their life. So they're complaining that this sweatshirt is so expensive, it's $3,000, but then when our masculines wear this sweatshirt, it doesn't fit, like it's out of shape. No, like it doesn't fit. It's so expensive, but it's not appealing to the body. Yet when we buy it, it looks appealing, but then when they wear it, it's out of shape. So that was the first scene they showed me. Then the next scene now they showed me was the masculine shopping with his original family, which I've just said, mother, father, and siblings. Can't remember, was there a brother? I can't remember, but it was mother, father, and siblings. So as they were shopping for shoes. So shoes is a very prominent element in these two downloads, and that just means grounding. Both the feminine and the masculine energy need to ground themselves. Anyway, so they were shopping for shoes, but then at some point they found the shoe that the masculine found the shoe that he wants, and it's the parents who gave him that shoe. His parents are the ones who told him, yeah, this shoe will fit you. So the feminine was like, okay, fine, let me just see how this shoe looks like. That's the scene they showed me. So my guide showed me the feminine trying on the masculine's shoe, and the masculine was looking at the feminine. So it took a very long time for the feminine to finally get the shoe on. Like, it was really, really complicated. It was a complicated shoe of some sort, and it was really hard for the feminine to wear that shoe. But eventually she figured out how to put on the shoe and everything. And then once she figured it out, she told the masculine, oh my god, I finally figured out how to put on this shoe of yours. Yeah. And then the masculine just smiled at the feminine. It was such a nice, like, warm smile, like, wow, now you get me. Okay, fine. So the meaning of this second part of the download, the meaning I get from this download is that, remember when the feminine was shopping for the sweatshirt that didn't fit? That's my guide's way of telling me that the masculine is just what I've said, is spending his resources, time, money, on things that are not in line with who he is, which is just what I said in the first part. Yeah, that's why they insisted on $3,000 and the sweatshirt doesn't even fit. So the masculine is putting his attention, his focus, his resources, time and money and love in other things other than the feminine. Okay, and this is causing him so much. It's draining him of his energy. Okay, it's draining a lot of his energy, like $3,000 worth of energy. $3,000 is a lot, right? You can do a lot with $3,000. So it's draining his energy. And then in the second scene they showed me was that when now the feminine was trying out the shoe, was that as much as the masculine is putting his focus in other things, he wants their guides, the masculine spirit guides want the feminine to understand where the masculine is coming from, like walk a mile in his shoes. And that's why they showed me that image of the feminine trying to wear the masculine's shoes. Okay. They were trying to tell the feminine energy, please just try and understand where the masculine is coming from. The reason he makes these decisions is it's sort of an ancestral, it's patterns that he has inherited from an ancestral lineage, and that's why his family, mother and father, were there. Like, he sort of grew up in a family where he needs to be, he has some roles to fulfill in his ancestral lineage, and these roles are the ones that are making him make these decisions. Okay, so he's not making these decisions out of malice. It's ancestral karma. Okay, and I did a reading for the feminine where I said feminine, I'll link it here, where I talked about the feminine releasing emotional karma, and I think the same reading applies for the masculine. So masculines, go and watch that reading. I think that reading also applies to you, that you have some emotional baggage with you that you have carried on from past life karma, and it's coming from your ancestors, and that emotional baggage is causing you to make decisions that are not in line with who you really are. It's causing you to mask who you truly are so that you can fulfill those expectations. Okay, so I'm sensing that the masculine is in a situation where he doesn't want to be there, but because of his family ties and responsibilities, he feels like he needs to be there. Okay, so he doesn't want those shoes. Yeah, he doesn't want those shoes, but he's been given those shoes, and he feels like, okay, since I've been given these shoes, it's my duty to fit into these shoes. But he can't fit, and that's why the feminine was complaining that sweatshirt is so expensive. He's been given too many responsibilities, and those responsibilities He doesn't even want them. That's because they're not in line with who he truly is. The masculine knows who he truly is, but he's been hiding it because he wants to fulfill his family to be in sync with his family or his ancestral lineage and stuff like that. Yeah, like he's being pushed to step out of his comfort zone, but he can't because he's sort of feeling like he let down his family. Yeah, so ancestral karma. So that's the message that's coming through. Okay guys, so 20 minutes into the reading, I need to stop this storytelling, and so let's see what messages come through about that download. So let's see what my guides and the masculine's guides want to say about this, a very, very long download. By the way guys, the messages that I'm talking, this channeled message can just be a reading in itself. So if you want to click away, like go to another reading after this, it's okay, because I don't really need cards to channel messages. Cards just make it more fun and make it easier and stuff. Yeah, so this whole 20 minutes that I've been talking about that download, that's a message in itself. And the message in that reading is, feminine, keep trying, don't give up on yourself. I know right now you feel a little bit emotionally overwhelmed, but just try everything you can to ground yourself. Okay, whatever's happening to you is not really your fault. Okay, so don't blame yourself, don't be overly critical of yourself. You've done your part. Your spiritual journey, you're on the right path. So if you've been thinking that you're not on the right path because you keep on sliding back down or you keep on losing your footing, no, your guides are saying you're on the right track. And the only reason you keep sliding back to maybe old patterns or habits that you thought you had already conquered is just because of the masculine. Because you two are so intertwined right now, the masculine's actions are energetically also affecting you. Okay, you're very, very intertwined. So what you can do is talk to your masculine, communicate with him and tell him, hey sweetheart, whatever you're doing, whatever you're choosing, it's affecting me too. So let's try and work together so that whatever it is that we're doing is for our highest good, for both me and you. Because I think even what the feminine does affects the masculine. Okay, but right now the masculine is affecting the feminine more so than the feminine affecting the masculine. Okay, so that's the message. And then for the masculine, the message is you need to ground yourself, because you need to choose yourself. You need to choose yourself. If you don't choose yourself, it's causing the feminine to slide because you're not sure of yourself. So the feminine is being affected indirectly by being unstable. So you need to figure out, what do you want? And masculine, you already know what you want. You know what you want. You're just scared to break family ties. You're scared to disappoint people in your life, okay, by choosing your path. So I have another reading which I called Masculine, Show the World the Real You. Please go watch that reading because you'll get more messages there. I'll put a link to it here. Okay, so that's the message of the download. But now let's see what my guides want to say about it using the cards. Okay. Oh gosh, very long reading. Happy New Year, guys. Okay, so the first question is, what is the theme of the reading? What is the theme of this reading and the download? Laugh at your demons. Okay. And then I'm using so many decks today. Let's get another deck. What is the theme of this download? What is the theme of that part A and part B download? Treasure Island. Okay, 2 want to come out. Okay, I just want, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna pick, so Treasure Island and To Be Fair. And then what's the theme of this reading? Believe in the impossible. So the masculine is not trusting himself, and that's why he feels like if he chooses himself, he will disappoint other people, or he will fail. Like if he's afraid that with this believe in yourself blue moon, believe in the impossible. The masculine may be wanting to follow a certain path, which is his path, and he's feeling like he's being called to that path. Treasure Island, that's where his true self is. But he feels like if he follows that gosh, the wind is confusing me, guys. I'm talking to my guides when I say guys. Just clear my head. It feels like if he chooses that path, he may fail. He doesn't trust himself, so his solar plexus chakra is really weak at this moment. And guys, I kid you not, the whole of this week, no, the past 2 days, my solar plexus chakra has been really acting up. So I think I was picking up the energy of the masculine. So he's not trusting himself. He doesn't trust that he by choosing himself, he's making the right decision. And by choosing himself, even if he doesn't see the outcome of that decision, he should just believe that that outcome is for his highest good. It's leading him to the treasure island. It's leading him to what he truly really wants. Okay, instead of sticking by and trying to please other people, okay, he should just trust himself and go. So that download was about that believe in the impossible. Yes, so that was oh my god, guys, I'm a bit confused. There's so many messages coming through. You know what, let me take a few minutes and try and listen to my thoughts and gather my thoughts. Okay, so like I said, the masculine knows he has to make a decision. He has to choose himself or choose to keep doing what he's doing, which is listening, trying to please other people. But he's a bit scared to do that because in the past he's chosen himself. He's put himself first. You see this, to be fair? Yeah? But it came in reverse. So in the past he's chosen himself. He's put himself first, but he ended up making the wrong decision in his mind. Or rather, he felt like he made the wrong decision. And because of that, he's a bit scared to choose himself again because he's scared of making another wrong decision. But with this, so he's being told, no, keep trusting yourself even when everything around you seems like is going wrong. Believe in the impossible. Just trust that those decisions you're making are will be the right decisions. You have to trust yourself. If you make a wrong decision, hey, you can always correct it, right? But if you don't you need to make a decision. No decision is a decision in itself. Yeah. So the theme of that reading, that download, was that with this laugh at your demons, the theme was that the masculine needs to learn not to take himself so seriously. And I think also the feminine needs to learn not to take herself so seriously. Laugh at your demons. Integrate your shadow self. So the masculine's shadow self at this point is, he's a little bit impulsive sometimes. And that's why he ends up making the wrong decisions. Yeah. Remember when I said that the first part of the download said the masculine, there was a lady that passed by and the masculine was like, yeah, I want that girl, and the feminine was like, okay, fine, you go for that girl. But and I think the masculine knew that girl is not, the masculine knows the feminine is his fulfillment. The masculine knows the feminine is his treasure, but for some reason his shadow self comes through as sort of like a Casanova, likes girls or women or whatever. Like, he's a little bit of a Casanova. So the theme of that download is the masculine needs to integrate his shadow self at this moment, because his shadow self is the one that makes him get into those tricky situations. when it comes to relationships. Oh my god, guys, this reading is so confusing. So the theme of this reading, let me put it like this, the theme of this reading is this. That download was trying to say, because the masculine is not trusting himself, is not trusting his decisions, because the masculine is not trusting himself, he's ending up making the wrong decisions because he's being too impulsive. He's making decisions that are not in alignment with who he truly is. Okay? My god. Do I want to continue recording this reading? I'm so confused as to what's going on. Is there anything else you want to tell me about that download? Laugh at your demons. Treasure Island. You know what? I'm gonna keep recording. Everything will come into harmony, I guess, at some point. Okay? But maybe that's the reason I'm so confused, is because the masculine also doesn't know what to do. The masculine wants to follow his bliss, wants to follow his treasure island, like go to this treasure island, which is love. And I think, see this, the love hearts over there? But he's feeling trapped. He's feeling trapped in his circumstances, to be fair, yeah? He's feeling trapped in circumstances where he feels like he can't follow his own passion because he has to please other people, yeah? The other responsibilities he has, like he has this people pleasing habit. It brings him joy, I guess, yeah? Pleasing other people instead of himself. So he wants to go forward to follow his bliss, but is being held back by this habit of people pleasing. And the reason he has that habit of people pleasing is because he doesn't trust himself. He doesn't have confidence in himself that he can make the right decisions, because in the past he's made decisions, he thought he was making the right decisions, but he ended up making the wrong decisions, and then he took himself too seriously. So his guides are trying to tell him, hey, just don't take things so seriously. If you make a mistake, you can always rectify that mistake. The universe always gives you infinite number of opportunities to rectify your mistakes, okay? That's if you're still alive. That's a slight joke, but yeah, so that's the theme of this reading. Masculine is not trusting himself, because not trusting himself is causing the feminine to also not trust in herself a little bit, like it's affecting the feminine emotionally a little bit. But the theme here is that don't take yourself too seriously, masculine. Stop being too logical. Sometimes you just have to follow that illogical voice in your head that you're hearing, yeah? Just stop trying to make things make sense. If you're being told to go to a certain place, go to that certain place. Stop trying to figure out, why am I being told to go to this place? Just trust yourself. Believe in the impossible. You don't need to know everything. Just trust that the universe is with you, okay? And if you make a wrong decision, the universe will be with you, okay? But at this point, the theme of that reading is that the theme coming through from that download is that you cannot make a wrong decision at this point, because every decision, if you make whatever decision you make right now, if it's related to you, if you put yourself as the main focus, if you follow your bliss, it's going to lead you to this treasure island, okay? Right, so this really confused reading. So, whoa, that just jumped out, and it's the Two of Wands in reverse. Interesting, feeling stuck. So the question I wanted to ask here was that, what does a masculine energy want to tell us about this situation? Okay, those are too many cards. What does the masculine energy want to tell us about the situation? This reading is so difficult. Seven of Swords, again, choosing the wrong things. Interesting. Okay, what more? Page of Wands, following his bliss, what I've just said. And then final card, what do you want to tell us about this? Five of Cups, exactly. Letting go of things which you hold dear, but you know you need to let them go because you're not on that same path anymore. Okay, so let's channel that. And then, guys, I'm so sorry if this reading just feels confusing. I'm sure it'll make sense at some point. Okay, so what does the masculine want to tell us about his current situation right now? Okay, I've tried to decipher the download there. So what does he want to say about what I've just said? So with this Two of Wands in tarot means you're ready to take action. Yeah, ready to take action. See this? Like he's just waiting for the right time. When the right time to go, and maybe this is a volcano that is just about to erupt, right? So he's thinking, okay, fine. So when is the right time to act? Do we need to run away now? Is it time? You know, like he's just contemplating what next, my next point, my next action. But it came in reverse, meaning the masculine has been holding back from making an important decision about his life. Yeah, because when this volcano erupts and it reaches him, he's gonna die, right? If it gets to the water, it's gonna kill the mermaids and the mermans in the water, right? He's procrastinating taking a very important decision in his life, to move forward in his life, because in the past he's, like I said, he's made the wrong decision. Because the story of this card is that these mermans have just come across a chest with swords. Mermaids have swords have no place in the mermaid world. Okay, these are human tools, right? They're not mermaid tools. So they're wondering, oh my god, what is this? They're very curious about what they are. But the message coming through here is sometimes you have to be very careful about what you're curious about, because curiosity killed the cat. Okay, so in the download, remember I told you the masculine and the feminine were walking, and then all of a sudden a random girl just passed by, and the masculine was like, interesting. You know, like he makes very impulsive decisions without thinking about the consequences. So these mermans here, they don't know what these things are, but if they need to know what they are, because if the swords cut them, they die, right? But you know, for them, they don't know that these are swords. They just know, oh wow, what are these? Like they're trying to discover what they are. Like this one here is probably gonna get cut, you know. So the question, the masculine is saying, he's afraid to take action, to move forward with his plans, or doing whatever it is that he knows he needs to do. Procrastination, because he's afraid of making a wrong decision again. He's afraid of that shadow self of his. Like I said, he's very impulsive, and because of his impulsiveness, he ends up making the wrong decisions. And he has learned from that. He knows that he's impulsive, but now he's letting his demons control him, you know, like keep him stuck, keep him little. And so that's why he's saying he's not moving forward, because he's made really wrong decisions in the past that he's now afraid to take action. Like he's stuck in his own fears. Yeah. And with the Page of Wands, he has discovered himself. He knows what he truly wants in life, and what he truly wants is not where he is. Like whatever he's been doing before, he's realized that is not his path. He's discovered his true self. Are you saying this girl here has discovered her light in the wand? The Page of Wands is a card of spiritual journey, spiritual awakening, yeah, lesson, a spiritual lesson. So he's discovered who he truly is. But for him to follow that path, for him to follow this path of who he is, he will have to let go of a very dear friend with this Five of Cups, because the Five of Cups is a card of letting go. Yeah. And this card, the message is, the girl and the seal were very good friends, yeah, but then it's come a point where the seal has to go back to the water, because the land is not the seal's place. The seals don't live on land, okay? But the the man here is afraid to leave the seal because it's feeling like, oh, you're my friend, you have been my best friend for a very long time, but now I have to let you go because you have to go and follow you have to go and do your thing in your world, and I have to stay in my world. I can't follow you into the water. The man cannot, the human being here, the girl, cannot live in water, right? Same way the seal can't live in water. So the masculine knows, and that's why probably I felt the need to talk about the family ties, original family. The masculine knows that for him to follow his true purpose, he's discovered who he truly is here on earth, like what he's come to do, his mission work. But for him to if he intends to follow that path, he will have to let go of people who have been really, really close to him, because those people in his life are no longer in alignment with what he is now. They either hold different values, or maybe he needs to move away. Like maybe his guides have been showing him that he needs to move countries, okay? And this will create that feeling of nostalgia. Yeah, nostalgia, longing for home. Interesting. So he's afraid. He's just afraid of that. He's afraid of the unfamiliar. It's a really tough time he's going through, because one, he's scared to make a decision because he's scared of making the wrong decision. And whatever decision, if he follows that path that is being called to follow, if he makes that decision that is being called by his intuition to make, yeah, which is calling him to his true soul purpose, he will have to let go of people who have been really, really dear to him, and that's making him a little bit sad. And that's why he's a bit reluctant to move forward. Okay, that's what he wants to say. And yeah, so that's his current situation at the moment. He knows he needs to take action. He knows he needs to make a decision and choose himself. But it's a really, really tough decision, because he has to leave behind people or things that are very dear to him. And also he's scared that maybe he's doubting himself, that maybe this voice I'm hearing in my head that's telling me this is my calling, maybe it's not the right decision. Yeah, in the past I've made really wrong decisions, so how can I be sure that this is the right decision? The Seven of Swords here, that's the confusion he's in. And probably that's why I couldn't get a clear message here about the download. Remember when I was trying to decipher what the theme of the download was? I could barely come up with the words. So if you've gotten to this point, yay, thank you. You trusted me, like you had faith that at some point I'd come to the bottom of the truth. So the thing is, he's confused, he's stuck, and that's why I was stuck here. I couldn't come up with what the words that I want to say, because the masculine that I'm tapping into feels stuck in the present moment. He knows he needs to follow his bliss, but he can't. Or no, not that he can't. He can. It's just that he's being held back by his fears. Fearing that he might make the wrong decision. Fearing that he's going to be alone because he has to leave people behind, or things that he's been used to behind. Okay? That's the current situation he's in. Okay, so let's wrap up this reading with, oh no, wait. Let's get a message from the feminine, right? What does the feminine want to tell the masculine with regards to what the masculine has just said about the situation he's in right now? What does the feminine have to say? Because remember, I said the feminine is also on a journey of just empowering herself, but the masculine's decisions or not making decisions is affecting her. So the masculine not making a decision is also affecting the feminine. Same way as the masculine, whatever decision he makes is going to affect the masculine. Oh my god, guys. Okay, so feminine, whenever I shuffle this deck, I close my eyes because it has such beautiful images on the front. I don't want to be biased. So what does the feminine want to tell the masculine about what is said? Guys, new beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. What have I just been saying? This is exactly what I've just said, that the masculine knows what his true purpose is here on earth. He's discovered himself, but he's scared to make that move. He's scared to make that move. He's scared of change. Wow. So the feminine is telling the masculine, yeah, I know you feel stuck. I know you're not sure about what is coming ahead. Yeah, believe in the impossible. But the feminine is telling you, you don't need to know everything all the time. Okay? I'm sensing the masculine that I'm tapping into is one who's used to certainty. Like he's a take charge kind of person and wants to know everything, you know, like sort of a control freak, knows everything at all times. But the feminine is telling the masculine, just trust yourself, trust that path that you're being called to follow. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Follow your bliss, follow your treasure island. That voice in your head that's telling you to do something, it's leading you in the right path. Okay, it's a new beginning that is in alignment with who you've just discovered, who you truly are. Okay, so this is the back of the card. A dove. New beginning, a new adventure await. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Okay, just like the feminine is trying to do right now. So make that decision. Stop procrastinating, masculine. And I have another reading called Surrender Procrastination. Maybe you should go watch that reading as well. You'll get more messages there. Okay, so this one wants to come through, and I can't help but notice that it's the yin and yang energies. Okay, beautiful deck. At the back, balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So the feminine is telling the masculine here that, yeah, I know you've made mistakes. You've chosen other things or people instead of me in the past, and you've made terrible, great mistakes. Yeah, and you're really being tough on yourself. But I understand, and that's why the feminine was now wearing. Remember when I said in the download, the feminine wore the masculine's shoes, but it was really difficult to get into those shoes. But eventually she did. So that was her acknowledging that, okay, now I know where you're coming from. I understand your perspective, and I know that love is all about compromise. So I'm going to understand you, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to lose my identity just so that I can be the person who you want me to be. No, I understand you and I will support you, but I also want to grow myself. Okay, so balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that supports and challenges. So stop being scared of making the wrong decision in love. Love is all about challenges, ups and downs. I read somewhere the greatest growth happens when you're in conflict, because that's when you realize what your power is, you know, like how you handle that situation. Change doesn't happen when things are smooth. There's always chaos before order. So just trust yourself. Trust yourself. Whatever's going on right now, just because things don't seem smooth or clear cut, you know, doesn't mean that you're making the wrong decision. No. Sometimes for that new beginning, it's always darkest before dawn, right? So just because you're not sure about what's going on in your life right now, stop feeling exactly. See this smoke here? This is what she's talking about, the challenges. Okay? You're not taking action because you're scared that you might make the wrong decision. But you know what? Sometimes wrong decisions lead you to Treasure Island. Okay? How many times have you guys taken the wrong road and then you realize you've ended up in a nice, beautiful place that you hadn't seen before, and you're like, oh my God, if I hadn't taken this wrong route back home, I wouldn't have discovered this house. So that's what the feminine is telling you here, but she's also telling you to ground yourself. She's saying, I understand you, masculine. I understand that you feel a little bit sad that you've made the wrong decisions in the past that have also affected me. But she's saying, I support you. And the way you can support this relationship is by grounding yourself and trusting yourself. Just go. Just Do it. Just take action. You can't just sit in the sidelines. I need you to take action. By the way, when this download came, the song that I channeled at that moment was called Take Control by A. Marie. I'll put a link to it in the description. So go listen to that song right now, masculine. That's a dedication from your feminine to you. Take Control by A. Marie. She's dedicating that song to you. So go listen to it. Okay? Cool. I hope this message has come through clearly. I need to do more of these readings more often so that I get back into the hang of things. So let's end this reading by getting final guidance from the masculine spirit guides to the masculine. How can he navigate this tough situation here of procrastination and not trusting in himself and feeling like he's going to be alone in this journey? Okay. Dog. Guys, I can't make this up. Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. What did I say at the beginning of this very long reading? I started by saying the masculine is putting his attention in things that he's not supposed to be putting his attention on. His loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. He's focusing his attention on things which he should not focus his attention on right now. And that's what's making him make those impulsive decisions, because he's not grounded. And the dog is telling you, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Stop trying to please everyone around you. Stop trying to please your family. Stop trying to please your close friends. Okay? It's time to put yourself first. Even if that means walking away from someone who you truly love, okay? Put yourself first. Put yourself first. That's what the dog is saying. Simple. Okay? Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Dog. And then guidance from the Archangels. Okay. Oh my God. Beautiful message. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So the message of this card is usually, it means stop putting your trust in people outside yourself. Trust yourself and the decisions you make, even if other people around you are not going to approve it. You are the oracle. Listen to that your intuition. Your intuition is telling you that there's a new beginning. Yeah, there's a new beginning coming up for you. But for this new beginning to come to you, you need to trust yourself. And once you trust yourself, your intuition is leading you to this treasure island, and it's to do with love, because I can see love here. You're attracting in a healthy love relationship. I did a reading called Cupid Strikes. Please go watch that reading. I'll link it. Oh my God, I'm linking so many readings in this reading. So go listen to that reading, because I think some of you're being guided towards a person who is you're going to be in a romantic relationship with a divine feminine who's done her work, like a stable divine feminine who's going to help you make the right decisions. Okay, that's why she said here, balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So the feminine, you remember in the download when I said the feminine told the masculine, okay, fine, if that's what the girl you want, then go get that girl, okay? And then she walked away. So in essence, the feminine was acting like a lesson for the masculine, because she was telling the masculine was supposed to know that the feminine is his true bliss, yeah? But then he ended up choosing another person, and the reason he chose that other person is because also the feminine was like, go choose that person. The feminine didn't even fight for him. So that was a sort of like a test the feminine put the masculine in, because the feminine was like, let me tell him to go and choose that girl. If he chooses that girl or that person or that thing, then that's a test that he's failed, But then once the masculine realized that that was his wrong decision, the feminine is also saying, I still support you. I still support you. When you come back and you're truly sorry, and you're truly sorry for the mistakes that you've made, and she's saying mistakes are part of life, okay? And I accept you. But I will only accept you if you take action. You need to show movement forward, okay? You can't just come and say sorry and not do anything. You need to move. You need to show back your words with action, okay? Saying sorry is not enough. You need to show that you're sorry. That's what the feminine is saying. And the masculine is saying, your guys are saying, trust yourself, masculine. You're on the right path. Follow that voice in your head that you're hearing telling you go for that feminine. So some of you guys, maybe I'm sensing that maybe you did something you broke up a relationship because of a decision that you made, and now you want that feminine back, but you don't know how to go to her because you're scared that you're not trusting yourself, okay? Anyway, yeah, so like I said, guys, this reading is going to be a very confusing reading because the masculine is very confused. Your guys are saying trust yourself, trust the decisions that you make, stop waiting for other people's approval, stop people pleasing, follow your bliss. You are the oracle, okay? Pillar of light. Pillar of light. What did I say here? You've discovered yourself. You're on the right path, but you need to make a decision. You need to take action. Okay, so 56 minutes. Let's finish this reading with final guidance from the ancestors, because I said the masculine is being affected by his ancestral lineage at this moment. So ancestral karma. And I have a reading in my shop about ancestral karma, so if you want to get that reading, just go to my shop and you'll get it there. But I think I also did a free reading here in this channel about ancestral karma, healing ancestral karma, so go watch that. Very interesting reading because the message of the masculine being a Casanova came through in those readings. So watch that reading, please. I'll put a link. Okay. Bask in joy and light. Summer. When I met you in the summer. Oh wow, interesting. You know what? So on top of the song that I said, Take Control by Marie, your guys are also dedicating the song Summer to you. So go listen to that song. And I think it's DJ, oh god, you guys, I've forgotten who the DJ is. When I Met You in the Summer. Calvin Harris, yes. So bask in joy and light. Remember when I said the reading, I said I'm feeling like the masculine's solar plexus chakra is completely blocked, and I've been having those issues myself because I've been picking up that energy. So you need to go out into the sun and just so that you can energize your sacral chakra, okay? Work on your not sacral, solar plexus chakra, okay? The sun, summer, solar plexus chakra. Work on your solar plexus chakra because it will give you confidence. It will boost your confidence and help you trust yourself more, okay? And believe in the impossible. Bask in joy and light. And if you've been feeling sad and depressed, for some of you, I'm feeling like the masculine has been so sad and depressed, like just like being overly self-critical of yourself. Like, just remember when I said stop being so serious, stop taking yourself so seriously. Mistakes happen, okay? We all make mistakes, okay? But you can always rectify those mistakes. The universe gives you infinite number of opportunities to rectify your mistakes. So don't worry, be happy. And one way you can do this is by re-energizing your solar plexus chakra, okay? So listen to binaural beats, walk out in the sunlight, and your solar plexus chakra will be re-energized. And once it's re-energized, then you can now start trusting in yourself and believing in the impossible. And the solar plexus chakra is also the chakra that allows us to take action, so that you can get out of this stuck two of wands mode and take action before it's too late, before the volcano erupts. You're being told this is the right moment to take action, okay? Surrender procrastination. If you procrastinate, this lava is going to come to you. Take action now. So work on your solar plexus chakra. It will allow you to get out of that funk. Guys, I'm so sorry if this reading felt a little bit all over the place, but it's just the energy of the masculine that I've been picking up. I hope the messages made sense. And if something doesn't make sense, just come back to this reading at a later date. I'm sure things will make sense. As I usually say, the heart has a far more powerful computing power than the mind, and so the messages that are coming here from your heart, and it takes a while for the mind to comprehend what the heart already knows. So just for now, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and then after a while come back and watch the reading again. Everything will make sense. Other than that, thank you so much for stopping by. See you in my next reading. Bye.